So good afternoon and a very warm welcome to the University of Leeds live stream. My name is Martin and we're here in the PwC offices in Leeds. Today we're live on YouTube and also across Twitter and LinkedIn as well. So if you're watching on YouTube, you can go ahead and leave a comment over here on the right. And if you're watching on Twitter or LinkedIn, you can leave a comment just underneath this video as well. We'd really like to hear from you, so do send in your questions and your comments for our guests. Whether you're a member of staff, a student perhaps at the university, you might be an alumni, or just someone who's interested in hearing about what we do. We really like reading out your questions and comments, and I'll be doing that later on in the live as well. So please do send us your messages, particularly let us know where you're watching from as well. We always like to hear when people are watching from around the world. So get those questions and comments in. So as I mentioned, we're here in the PwC offices in Leeds, and this is ahead of the Engineering Hackathon. The Engineering Hackathon is taking place at the university on campus from tomorrow, and it's run by the School of Computing. So this weekend, about 100 staff, students, academics, members of the tech community are all descending upon campus for a 24-hour hackathon. So they'll be working around the clock to build tools, develop solutions, and use technology to find different ways to tackle 4 key challenges that we've got. So this year we've got 4 challenges across financial technology, digital identity, security, and personal digital assistance. And today we'll be hearing from people involved with running the hackathon, like Harriet here, as well as last year's winners, so some students from the University of Leeds, and also from PwC, who's one of our business partners for the hackathon. So like I mentioned, we're here in the PwC offices. PwC are sending delegates and senior staff from their offices and from the organisation down to campus to help out on the day. We're also joined by Yorkshire Building Society, by First Direct, and by digital agency Cyberduck as well. And there's lots to play for. So across the 4 challenges, there's 4 prizes up for grabs, which is £500 worth of Amazon vouchers per team. So there's going to be lots of competition, I'm sure. So we've got loads of great guests lined up for you this afternoon, so do keep your questions coming in. So firstly, I'm joined by Harriet Peel. Hi Harriet.
Hello.
So you're a PhD researcher and you work across the School of Computing and the School of Civil Engineering. So Harriet's work looks at technologies and techniques from computing and robotics to improve civil infrastructure. And I've probably got that completely wrong, but luckily Harriet's going to tell us all about that in a second. So welcome Harriet. So the Engineering Hackathon. So it first started last year at Leeds to celebrate the School of Computing's 60th anniversary. But for those who might not know, what is a hackathon? What takes place at a hackathon?
So I think you described it quite well just now in your
summary.
But during a hackathon, people like software engineers, computer programmers, sometimes designers, all get together to solve some problem which has been set to them by someone else. So in this case, this year it's PwC and YBS are setting the challenges for them. And there's usually a time limit, so we have 24 hours, like you said, but it can be quite intensive, so all the minds getting together, working really hard and focused on this one problem. So it's a bit of a computing marathon, really.
Okay. And if there's a student or a team who's signed up for a hackathon, they've never done one before, what can they expect, apart from lots and lots of coffee, I imagine?
Lots of coffee. There'll also be some pizza as well to get them through the night. But they'll be working in little teams. And yeah, they can bring certain things with them. They might have their laptop with them. They might be using their past experiences or other hackathons they've been at, and just working together to get a prototype for something that can be used to best fit the challenge that's been set.
Okay, so typically at a hackathon, the teams taking part, they don't know what the challenges are going to be. So we know the 4 themes, so we've got a bit of a rough idea. Is there anything else you can tell us about what those challenges might be, what they might entail?
So I'm still waiting to find out the details of the challenge tonight as well, but I do know that the themes from PwC will be set around their company mission, which is to build trust and to solve problems in society.
Okay.
And for Yorkshire Building Society, it will be based around inclusion and solving problems such as homelessness for young people in society.
Okay.
Some really impactful sort of themes there, which I'm really excited to find out what it'll all be about.
They sound fascinating. And if you are on a team, you've got these 4 challenges. I imagine you've got to pick the one you want to kind of get behind quite quickly. How do you pick out of the 4 which to go for? Is it just one that resonates? Is it one you've got experience in? What would be the advice you'd give?
So we've encouraged people to join up as a team beforehand, and there'll be still opportunities to get to teams if you haven't got one already. And then it's picking one of the challenges on the day, so which one best suits your skills as a team, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. So this year we're really lucky to have, like you mentioned, major businesses like PwC, who've kindly lent us their office to stream from today, and Yorkshire Building Society as well. What kind of role do businesses play within the hackathon?
So they'll be, they've not only set the challenges, but they'll be there throughout the event. They've got some teams coming to provide technical support and mentoring, and even some career advice during the event. So they'll be there eating pizza and trying to keep awake like the rest of us. Yeah.
Fantastic. And apart from perseverance, which I imagine is a big skill you come away with after the hackathon, what else do kind of students learn as they go through the hackathon?
Well, hopefully it's an opportunity to sharpen their problem-solving skills. As I said, it was quite an intensive experience, so they'll probably come away with quite some strong team bonds. I'm sure our 2 from last year will be able to tell us more about that. But hopefully if they can take advantage of the skills from the businesses who are also attending, they get to pitch their solutions, so some presentational skills hopefully developed. But hopefully they take on all the opportunities to talk to those businesses and get some good advice from those guys as well.
Absolutely. So Harriet, I have been reading a bit about the research that you're doing as well. So you're in your final year of your PhD here at the University of Leeds. And I heard that you're going to solve all of the roadwork problems in Leeds by 2050. Is that, can we, I'd love to hear more about that, and I'm sure all the drivers in Leeds would love to hear about that as well.
So I'm part of the Self-Repairing Cities project, and our Blue Sky Challenge is by 2050 to develop some robotics and computing systems that we could use to, say, monitor the road networks in Leeds, find out where all the potholes are, and we're doing that using things like drones, ground platforms for inspecting bridges, which is a little bit more about what I do, and lots of different things, crack detection in concrete, lots of different things that can be done. It's quite a big challenge.
And if you are interested in seeing these drones in action, if you're watching on YouTube, there actually is a video on our YouTube page of that drone, so you can go ahead and look at that. It's also on our Facebook page. If you just type in University of Leeds, you'll find it on there as well. But your research also looks at bridges as well. Can you tell us a bit about that?
So I'm looking at inspection of bridge bearings. There's a lot of challenges with civil infrastructure in things like accessibility to the infrastructure, the cost and the safety of maintaining the infrastructure for inspection. So I'm looking at developing a robot with cameras essentially on board, which will look at the bearings and monitor over time how the bridge is deteriorating, looking at detecting cracks in concrete using computer vision systems. And it could be part of a bigger system, such as like the drones, as you mentioned. But specifically, I'm looking at how you might drive around in this difficult environment.
Oh wow! So it sounds like really important work that you're doing.
I hope so.
So apart from things like the hackathon, what else do you think you get from studying here at Leeds? So we get lots of prospective students watching this as well. So what would you say is a typical student experience at the university like?
Oh well, so there's lots of opportunities. To of course do some learning, and there's lots of research opportunities at the University of Leeds, and you get to learn from some of the experts in the field. But of course, outside of lectures, we have a wonderful university union, lots of societies and sports teams you can join, lots of opportunities to meet like-minded people and really get involved in the student community.
Fantastic. So if you're just tuning in, my name's Martin and you're watching the University of Leeds live. So we're live today across YouTube, Twitter and LinkedIn as well. So wherever you're watching, do get your comments in because I'm going to be reading some of them out and we'll be putting some to our guests as well. So we're here at PwC's offices in Leeds and this weekend it's the Engineering Hackathon. So it's a 24-hour challenge for teams of students from the tech community and businesses all getting together to solve some key problems. We've got 4 challenges this weekend. So we've got financial technology, digital identity, security and digital personal assistance as well. But I think we've got some comments and some questions in, so I'll just grab those now. Thank you very much. So we've got a couple of hellos here. So we've got hello from Daniel and we've got hello from Gareth as well. So hello, thank you very much for tuning in. If you've got any more comments or questions, do put them either here or underneath and we'll put them out as well. So I'm sure you've got lots of prep to be doing ahead of this weekend. So hackathon starts tomorrow. So I'll let you get off and get on with that prep, and good luck with the event. And now we're going to be joined by our second guest for the afternoon, which is Lisa and Luca. So we'll bring those guests in now if you want to come in. So Lisa and Luca are our students here at the University of Leeds, and actually you guys won the hackathon last year as well. Do you want to guys introduce yourself and tell us what year you're in and what you're studying?
You can start.
Yeah, so my name is Lisa and I'm a final year economics student.
Yeah, I am Luca. I'm a second year computer science student.
Great, welcome both of you. So you both took part in the hackathon last year and you both won. What challenges were you tackling?
So I was tackling my challenge was to teach young people about banking software, and how I did that is by developing a game in which they have to manage their finances.
Okay.
So my team chose a challenge that was using personal digital assistants to enhance the customer banking experience.
Okay.
So we were using the Amazon Alexa hardware to develop a skill that would help users use Alexa to access their banking app.
Wow, they sound very, very complicated and also way beyond my knowledge of coding or technology or anything like that. So I'm immediately feeling like the least intelligent person on the table. So were you guys on competing teams? Were you doing the same challenge, or was it a different challenge that you were?
They were different challenges,
Okay.
so we weren't really competing. We were just working side by side.
Okay. So talk me through a hackathon. If I'm a student about to take part in this weekend, what typically happens across the 2 days?
So initially you get the brief about what the teams are, and once you get that, it's all about brainstorming, finding ideas, and after that it's just 24 hours of coding, and yeah, it's very, very intense.
And Lisa, what's the atmosphere like when you're in there? Apart from, I imagine, being a little bit tired and having a lot of adrenaline.
No, it's a very nice sort of focused atmosphere and also very cooperative. Like even though you're in competing teams, everyone was very willing to sort of help you out or bounce ideas off you. Yeah.
Okay, so other teams kind of chip in with ideas, and perhaps if there's a bit of this shows my basic knowledge. If there's a bit of coding that perhaps you are struggling with, but perhaps other teams might help you out with that sort of thing.
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. I thought you'd be like, you know,
It depends on the
hiding
team.
away.
Yeah.
And how do you guys keep your energy up over such a long period of time? Is it coffee? Is it pizza? Is it morale?
I mean, that helps, but usually just the adrenaline that comes from having to focus on just this one task really gets me pumping, and that's how I basically get to survive.
And Lisa?
For me, it's coffee and a midpoint run is what keeps
You go
me
for a
going.
run?
Yeah, ditch the team for or with the team as well.
Wow, so not only are you solving major technology challenges for the future, you're also just fitting in a quick 2K around the block as well. It's not like some sort of superhuman.
It's just required, I think, to stay awake.
Fantastic. So obviously there's businesses involved with the hackathon each year as well. So this year we've got PwC, we've got Yorkshire Building Society, First Direct and Cyberduck as well. What do you guys learn from the businesses, and how are they involved with the hackathon?
For me, what was very important is that I got feedback on my project from them. You know, they are experts from the industry, they have a lot of experience and interesting ideas, and when I show them my project and they can give me feedback, that helps me a lot, and it really gets me pumped.
Fantastic.
I chatted to HSBC, who'd set our challenge about sort of how they were using technology in the firm, actually, and how they were using, for example, Amazon Alexa.
So that kind of real life, you know, how it's used in a business context.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fantastic. And if you've got one top tip that's going to see a team to victory, so if there's perhaps someone who's joining us tomorrow, what would your one top tip be to get victory in the hackathon?
I would say focus on one big core idea, because hackathons are all about prototyping something to show and demonstrate this one big core idea that you have. And also your presentation matters as much as your project, so be very careful with that.
Okay.
I would agree with what Lucas said about make sure you put effort into the presentation, and also think about the business side of things. So how can you persuade the firm that your idea is like financially viable and worth them investing in?
And I guess that's where that dialogue with business throughout the hackathon is really valuable as well. Fantastic. So there's excellent advice from Lisa and Luca there. So if you're just tuning in, we're at the PwC offices here in Leeds. This weekend it's the Engineering Hackathon, which is taking place up at campus with the School of Computing, where we've got teams of passionate computing students like our colleagues here and experts and people from the tech community as well, tackling key challenges. So I'm going to take some more questions and shout outs from the audience now. Thank you very much. Seamless. So we've got one question here and it says, who participates in the event? So do you find it's just students from the School of Computing and obviously you're doing economics? What's the typical makeup of the teams?
So last year, for example, in my team we were 3 computer science students, but also an economics student. And the economics student was very helpful because he helped us understand how the whole banking systems work and how to implement that in our game. And this is very great about this hackathon, the fact that it's not limited to just computer science students. It tries to aim and get people from all around the university to come and join.
Great.
So I entered as an individual, so I was teamed up with random people, and one of them was actually someone working in industry in Leeds City Centre, and the other one was a master's student doing like a machine learning master's.
So that mix of
economics,
skill set and backgrounds that really helped as well.
I think that did help us. Yeah.
Fantastic. So thanks again, Lisa and Luca. Thank you for being here and giving us such good advice, and have a good time this weekend as well.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So now I'm going to be joined by our final guest of the afternoon, which is Louise.
Hello.
Hi Louise, welcome to the live stream.
Thank you.
So Louise, you're here from PwC,
Yes.
and thank you for letting us have your office for the afternoon
No
and
problem.
commandeering a meeting room.
Glad to have you.
So can you tell us a bit about your role here at PwC?
Yeah, so Louise Farrer, I'm Head of Student Recruitment for the UK firm of PwC.
Great, fantastic. And your role is all about uncovering talent at universities like Leeds.
Absolutely, yeah.
How does being involved with a hackathon help with that?
Yeah, I mean, we're just really, really excited to be setting a real business challenge and seeing what innovative, creative ideas those students come up with.
Mm-hmm.
It also gives us a real opportunity to meet that future tech talent. And we've got a number, as you've said, of our people down there helping them, offering advice, mentoring them. So we're just quite excited to hear what they come up with.
And as we heard from Lisa, that's really valuable as well to have that experience on the day for our students as well. So thank you for being a part of it.
No problem.
So as we've mentioned, we've got 4 challenges that
Yes.
the teams are facing, and PwC helped set 2 of them, I believe.
We did.
So our challenges this weekend are on the themes of financial technology, digital identity, security, and personal digital assistance. And we try not to give too much away because we want it to be a fair game on the weekend. But why are these challenges particularly relevant for businesses today?
Yeah, I mean, ultimately you never have to go further than the headlines to see cyber attacks, problems with data, security, all of these things. And it's not only a personal issue for us, but equally for our clients as well. So, how do they stop cyber attacks? How do they keep data safe? But also, now we're in the world of we've got so much data. What do they do with that data? So there's so many challenges. I think as well, ultimately, they're just probably really keen to hear what the future tech talent has to say. So I think our clients genuinely want to know what the future tech talent thinks.
Absolutely, and these ideas can kind of come from anywhere, can't they? And a hackathon is a really great way to kind of bring that stuff to the surface.
Yeah, absolutely.
And actually the hackathon isn't the only kind of relationship and partnership we've got with PwC. So you might have seen the news story recently about our apprenticeship scheme. So we've got new degree apprenticeships with PwC. So these are apprenticeships which enable on-the-job training and paid employment with PwC, but also a degree qualification with the university as well. Can you tell us a bit more about that?
Yeah, so these are new for us this year. So they're new to we've always done degree partnerships. We think they are really important, but we are now tapping into degree apprenticeships. So we're partnering with Leeds University, and we've got a technology degree apprenticeship, We've just welcomed 36 onto the cohort this
Fantastic.
year, so if they're watching, listening, I think quite a few are taking part in the
Yeah.
hackathon, so welcome, good luck. So just really excited, you know, this is an opportunity for students to not only get a degree from a leading university in a sought after area, computer science, but also to get 17 months of work experience with us. And that really allows the student to think about that theoretical learning and how that plays out in business scenarios. They are fully funded by us, and the people that join them become a PwC employee from day one, so it's quite different. So they already are PwC employees with a salary and the tuition fees paid for.
Fantastic, and it really is a partnership as well. I know some colleagues
Absolutely.
from PwC were up on campus, I believe, last week, meeting some of the apprenticeship students as well.
Yeah, I mean, we truly see it as a real collaboration and an opportunity to both learn from each other to ensure, you know, students are really employable ultimately.
And speaking of, I guess, employability, for students who are considering life after university, perhaps you're in your third, fourth, fifth year perhaps with us, what can those students be doing to impress an employer like PwC?
Yeah, I mean, ultimately be yourself. That is absolutely key. I think, you know, we're absolutely looking for diversity in people. So I can't say there's any one thing. It's a combination of lots of things, and diverse people bring diverse thoughts, and diverse thoughts bring diverse ideas to our clients. So it's kind of really important. So just ultimately be yourself, do your research. I mean, there's a wealth of information on our website. I would say also we offer lots of career opportunities while you're at university. So really think about engaging with us, other employers, whilst you're at university, getting some work experience behind you, building those networks to get you in good stead for employment.
And our career centre as well.
Absolutely.
You know, they're the ones to speak to if you are wanting to, you know, do a work placement or understand more about opportunities with companies like PwC.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks so much.
No problem.
So if you stick around for a little bit, and we'll take some more comments and questions as well. But if you're just tuning in, this weekend we're welcoming about 100 students, businesses, people from the tech community as well, to take part in the Engineering Hackathon, which is taking place up on campus with the School of Computing. And we're going to be tackling 4 key business challenges as the weekend progresses. So we've got a 24-hour round-the-clock hackathon taking place. I'm just going to take some final questions and comments. So we've got some questions for you, Louise.
Okay.
So it says, are you looking to spot future talent during the hackathon?
Most definitely, yeah. I mean, we're just, all firms and businesses and us as well, we are looking for that future tech talent to support our business and move it forward in the future. So yeah, without question.
Fantastic.
We're interested in you.
Yeah, that's good news. And we've got some hellos and some shout outs as well. So we've got a hello from Chris and a hello from Emily as well. So thank you all for watching. Just let me get my notes here. So if you want to follow along with the hackathon, unfortunately the hackathon is fully subscribed now, so we're not accepting any new teams, but you can follow all the progress along during the weekend. So if you pop over to our engineering social media channels, so over on Twitter, that's Leeds Uni Eng, so that's ENG, and Leeds Uni Comp, which is COMP. They'll be live tweeting throughout the hackathon, probably including in the middle of the night as well, so if you're a night owl you can follow along the hackathon there as well. And on Sunday, PwC, along with our other business partners, so Yorkshire Building Society, First Direct and Cyberduck, will be announcing the winners and doing the prize giving as well. And we'll be sharing that on our main Twitter feed as well, so University Leeds. So if you want to see who won and what ideas they had as well, you can keep in touch there too. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you to all our guests today. Thank you,
And good
Louise.
luck
Yeah,
with it.
good
We're
luck.
excited to see the ideas.
Yeah. And we'll see you very soon on another live stream. Thank you very much.